Hey there, lease lovers. Today we have a special guest joining us, Nate Smoyer, who was the host of TechNest PropTech podcast, as well as the current director of growth and real estate at HW Media. Nate dives into innovations shaping commercial real estate landscape, and he's the perfect person to help us understand where real estate is headed in 2025 and beyond. Welcome, Nate.
Thanks, Morgan. I'm excited to talk with you about some of these topics.
We have a great question today from one of our viewers, so let's dive into it. Dear Lease Lover, I'm a multi-unit operator, and I've noticed my peers, commercial tenants, tenant rep brokers, and attorneys are all leaning more and more into proptech tools to manage their lease portfolios, their data, and their properties. What trends in proptech should I pay attention to as a tenant? Sincerely, future-focused tenant.
Well, this is a great question, and I think there's a few things to pay attention to. My first thought goes to data analytics. What matters gets measured, and looking for and finding meaningful metrics is important. Everything and anything can be measured, but finding what's going to impact the business is the most important thing to focus on. So I start with the problems first, then look into the tools that can help you better solve some of those problems. The second trend I would look into is security and access. Building and security access goes beyond just knowing who's inside the building. In fact, it actually can ladder up to better utilization of the property. This has been brought to light with some of the recent stats being released of the federal employees not actually working with inside the buildings as they've gone to work from home. How can we better utilize that space? What can we do to rethink those properties? Is it storage, data centers, conversions to residential from commercial office? Those are some of the things that you can do from having better security and access information. And the last is AI in real estate. Of course, without a doubt, this is going to be a topic that we're all going to hear and we're going to talk about till we're all blue in the face. And this is something that anyone, whether commercial, residential, in retail, should be thinking about. Does it apply to your business? But again, I go back to what is the problem you're trying to solve for? For the vendors in this space, it's going to be a matter of, do we have good safeguards? Do we have security of data? For those who are consuming AI tools, you need to be thinking about, does this tool provide good safety and security of the information you're giving to it? And is the data that it's learning off of good, clean data? The models will only be as effective as the data that are fed in to train it.
Thank you, Nate, for those awesome tips on which real estate tech trends to prioritize. And thank you to our future-focused tenant for your thoughtful question.
Thanks for having me, Morgan. This was a fun conversation to have.
Here on Dear Lease Lover, we are all about answering the questions that help you navigate your real estate journey. Remember, if you have a question, send it over to leaselover@occupier.com, and we just might feature it on an upcoming episode.